Hello and sorry for the delay. We are 10 minutes late, but I was preparing the schedule and I was preparing the script for this particular lesson. Today, we continue with the Irish accent and the Irish vocabulary, specifically from the Irish television series called Fair City. And I think this is a brilliant activity and a brilliant exercise to listen to Irish conversation and to try and analyze and focus on the vocabulary and the expressions from this particular series. Today we look at two, maybe three scenes. It will be short, maybe 30 minutes, and I'm very excited because this is real Irish conversation and the velocity is very fast. So if you are learning English, specifically you're trying to understand Irish people, I think this type of video and type of lesson is very good for you. So I hope that you will enjoy. If you have a comment, please leave your comment in the Facebook chat. Please say hello and I will respond to your comment in the Facebook section. Subtitles are available, so if you have a difficulty understanding me, you can select the subtitles option and this will help you to understand what I am saying. So let's begin, but first in relation to social media, if you want to contact and connect with me on social media, I have the Instagram page, TikTok account, YouTube channel, Pinterest account, and also the WhatsApp number as well if you want to contact or ask a question about the lessons and the class. Also, my schedule is here and this is my plan and timetable for the week. More or less it's the same as last week, and today we are at the Irish accent section and tomorrow we continue with grammar in the morning. So this is the last class of today, and thank you for watching live and thank you for watching recorded and thank you for all your interest and your participation as well. Everything is free. All my lessons are completely free and for the public at the moment, but you can support me by donating on my Facebook page. You can see all the information on my Facebook post, and specifically I am contacting businesses, companies in the field of education, maybe charities or associations who might want to support my project, because all my videos and my lessons are for free. And yes, I have costs and expenses that I really need to cover, and I'm looking for support from a business, from a company, from a school, and this will hopefully benefit you because in return I can advertise your business and your school here during this lesson. At the moment I'm restricted to my conversation classes, so this is the best I can do, and for this reason I'm happy to put students in contact with your school if you're interested in doing that as well. So thank you so much, and you can contact me about that if you wish. Great, so let's begin. Here is the script, sorry, here is the video, and recently we have looked at a few different scenes already. So if you have followed this lesson, you will remember we have looked at different scenes, and this was the last scene we discussed. Basically, to give you a little background, this boy has started a new job in the bar as a barman. This is his father, and the lady is also managing in the bar, and she gave him the opportunity. He is on trial in the job, so it's not permanent, and he needs to do very well. So we have seen a few scenes, and today we continue to the next scenes related to this particular series. And again, I think it's fantastic because it's real, very, very authentic conversation in Ireland. There's no hesitation, there's no slowness, it's very fast, it's very quick, and it's difficult for you probably to understand and to follow me, but also to follow and understand. It's difficult to follow the series. So I'm here to try and help you with the expressions, with the vocabulary. So the typical method and the typical structure is, first we play the video, we play the scenes, and we try to understand the scene with no help, with no support, with no assistance. After, I show you the script and I explain to you the vocabulary, I explain to you the keywords and the script after the first listening. Finally, The third part is we play the scene again and follow the script at the same time with the explanations understood. So that is the plan, and I hope that you will benefit from this lesson. And let us begin. Again, if you have a question, if you have a comment, please put your question in the Facebook chat and I can answer your comment and question during the lesson and probably after the lesson as well. Fantastic. So let's go, and we start with the first scene. It's in the cafe with the lady and the child having a little chat about the husband and her mother, who have separated as well. So that's the first scene, and we begin. So good luck, and I hope that you can hear everything good, and I hope the connection is very well also, is very good. So let's go.
Hey, can you tell Gina to hurry up for me?
He should have started packing his school bag.
Oh, he's taking his time. I think he prefers it here than sitting at home.
Is it true that you won't let him see his dad?
No. No, of course not. Wayne lives in Germany now.
That's far.
Yeah, I know. Not exactly around the corner. Junior said that to you?
Kind of.
But he's going to get to see his dad really soon. It's just a bit tricky right now.
That because you split up?
Was your dad talking to you about this?
No. I just know from when he and my mum broke up.
Let's say you miss him.
Yeah.
I do too, you know. Me and Neve, we used to have loads of fun.
Her and dad used to fight all the time. But it's okay now.
Things get better. People make up. And they can even become friends, which is nicer for everybody.
Yeah.
You say that to Junior for me.
I did already.
You did.
I'll tell him to hurry up.
Thanks, Ruth.
Okay, so that's the first scene, and I have the option to continue to the next scene or the option to stop and explain the vocabulary from the first scene. Let's explain the vocabulary from the first scene. So basically, it was the situation with the woman speaking to the child in the cafe. Okay, and here is the script. The first sentence is, "Hey, can you tell Junior to hurry up?" So I'll just make this a little bit bigger so everybody can see. Sorry for this little delay. So let's make it at size 30, and that's a bit better for everybody. So first, can you tell Junior to hurry up for me? The difficult expression here is the verb to hurry with the preposition to hurry up, and this means to go quickly, to move very fast. So can you hurry up? And yesterday we explained a lot of vocabulary here as well related to hurry. We can say to rush, and this also means to go very, very quickly. And it's possible to say I am in a hurry or I am in a rush, and this means that you need to go very quickly because you have a lot of pressure and a lot of things to do. So basically, the preposition up is just emphasis. Hurry up, move quick, move fast. Okay, and also it's possible to say to somebody, no hurry, no pressure, no rush as well. They're very typical conversation expressions in English. He is, that's the verb to be, he is just only packing his school bag. This is very interesting because there's a typical mistake here. In English, we say to pack your bag. This is typical for holidays. For vacation, you pack your bag. The error, well, not exactly an error, but the typical confusion is people say to make your bag. And I think in Spanish in particular, you can say hacer tu maleta, and this means to make your bag before your holiday. But in English, it's not number one. It's not very frequent. It's logical, people understand you, but the most frequent and the most important is to pack your bag. You need to pack your bag before your holidays, and the alternative is to unpack. When you arrive, you unpack your bag and you remove all the items and all the products from your bag. So the verb is to pack your bag and to unpack your bag. Make, not really. No, so I will eliminate that option because it's not the most typical, and in this situation it's perfect because the boy in the cafe, not the girl, the boy inside is packing his bag. He's preparing, he's getting ready to go. Okay, oh well, he's taking his time. Another very important expression, and we typically use this in English, to take your time. Be calm, be relaxed, no rush, no hurry, take your time. And in this case, the boy is taking his time and she is a little frustrated because she is in a hurry. So you can see the difference and the contrast. So he's taking his time. She's emphasizing that he is being a bit delayed. I think he prefers it, life, the routine, the atmosphere here than sitting at home. So I think he's happy, the boy is happy doing his homework here compared to sitting at home. The young girl asked the question, is it true that you won't let him see his dad? So this is very interesting grammatically because the verb to let is typical with a second verb. Let me go, let me watch, let you eat, let you drink. So the rule, the next verb normally is the infinitive to go, to eat, to see. But when we have the verb let, we typically remove this preposition to, and it's not necessary. So the structure is to let somebody plus verb with no to. That's very complicated, but basically to let somebody go, to let somebody eat, no to, if you understand me. So that's very important, and this is a good example. So is it true that you will not permit him, allow him to see? So for example, permit somebody to see is perfect, or to allow somebody to go, so that's perfect. But when it's let, we remove to. Okay, so let somebody go. If you understand me, that's very, very important in English. And here you can see it perfect. Let him see his dad. No, of course not. Wayne, he lives. The third person is irregular with the S. For example, I live, you live, he lives with the S. In Germany now, and again for the country, the preposition for the country, in. That's far. So the girl says it's a long distance. That's very, very far. Germany and Dublin, it's a long distance. Yeah, I know. Not exactly around the corner. So this is very typical expression. Around the corner means very close to you, very near to your house, very near to you. It's not around the corner. Junior, say that to you. So it's a question, and probably grammatically she should include did. Because in conversation it's very informal and not strict, it's possible to say, Junior, say that to you. Also, the preposition is very important here between say and tell. In English, we need the preposition to with the verb say. So that's very, very important. Say to me, say to you, say to him, but tell, there's no preposition. And that's really key. And here it's exactly the same. So because you have the verb say, you must have the preposition to. Say to me, say to you. Okay, kind of. Very simple answer. So the question is, did Junior say that to you? Yes or no? Kind of. So not exactly. Junior did not tell me exactly, but maybe he suggested, he mentioned it, but he did not specifically tell me that was the case. So kind of is very typical to sort of. It's possible to say in a way, and it's possible to say not directly. So there's different ways to say this phrase in English conversation. So for example, did she tell you? Kind of. Not exactly. Yes. No. Sort of. In a way. Not directly. Okay. Well, he's going in the future, going to Get to see him. Here it's very important verb to get, and this means have the opportunity, receive the opportunity to see his dad really soon. It's just a bit tricky, and tricky means difficult, complicated, awkward. Okay, so we say complicated, difficult, awkward, tricky. They are all similar vocabulary to express this idea. It's just a little complicated, a little difficult, a little awkward, and a little tricky as well. So very interesting vocabulary to express this expression. Right now, at this moment, love. And love is a term we use for somebody you care about, like my dear. And she's obviously just using that in conversation as well. So very interesting and very important to pay attention to that as well. Next, is that. So again, grammatically, it should be is that, because you split up. And this is the very, very important phrasal verb. To split up means to separate. It's also possible to break up or to go separate ways. That's very famous as well. So there's 4 or 5 ways to express the relationship has finished. You can split up, you can separate, you can break up, and you can go different ways, separate ways as well. So this is the past, and it is irregular. So the present is split and the past also is split. Again, question, was your dad talking to you about this? This is the past continuous, because the affirmative would be your dad was talking to you, and that is the past continuous. But in this situation, we change the position of the auxiliary verb and the subject to create a question. Was your dad talking to you about this? No, I just know it. It represents the story, the news, the facts, the information from when he and my mom broke up. So here we have the verb to break up in the infinitive, but the past is irregular. Break, broke, broken. So here's a very good example of English grammar in the past irregular. I would say you miss her. Very important, because the verb to miss and to lose are very different. For example, my keys. I have my keys and I lose my keys. I cannot find my keys. But I miss a bus. I try to catch the bus and I am late and I miss the bus. I miss a flight. I miss a person. And when you miss a person, it's more emotional because the person is not here and you miss the person. Emotionally, there's a problem. Okay, so in this situation, I would imagine I would say that you are sad because he or she is not here. Yeah, I do too. So do is related to miss. I miss her too. You know, me and Neve. So this is an Irish name and it's difficult for pronunciation. You can see here that it looks like Niam, but no, in Ireland, this pronunciation is Neve, like a V, and that's very important pronunciation specifically for a name in Ireland. We used to, in the past, something we did regularly, we used to have loads of fun, a lot of fun, but not today. Her and dad used to. Structure, something you did regularly in the past, but not today. Used to fight, used to have fun, but not today. All the time, but it's okay now. Things get better. In this situation, get has the significance to become. Things become better. And also, we have a phrasal verb to make up, and this means to fix or to repair the relationship. Okay, so if you and your friend make up, you repair the relationship and you fix the relationship, and that's very, very famous. So people make up, people fix relationships. I mean, they have the ability, even, emphasis, become friends, which is nicer for everybody, and that's quite easy to understand. Yeah, will you say that? Remember, with say, we have the preposition to. Say to me, but remember the opposite is tell, no preposition. Tell me, tell Junior, no to. I did already. This is the auxiliary, the extra verb to do, and this is typical in this case to express the previous verb. So the previous verb is say that to Junior, and the answer is I did. So she means she did say that to him already. She is agreeing with the previous verb. Haha, you did. So she is shocked and she is surprised that she did. And again, this substitutes and represents saying that to Junior. I will tell him, and again, tell, no preposition. Say to him, but tell him to hurry up, to go fast. Okay, so very interesting. And let's play this again from the beginning, and we follow the script at the same time. If you have a question, if you have a comment, please put the question in the Facebook chat, and you can ask any questions that you want. So let's begin.
Hurry up for me. Hey. Can you tell Gina to hurry up for me?
He's just packing his school bag.
Oh, well, he's taking his time. I think he prefers it here than sitting at home.
Is it true that you won't let him see his dad?
No. No, of course not. Wayne lives in Germany now.
That's far.
Yeah, I know. Not exactly around the corner. Junior said that to you?
Kind of.
But he's going to get to see his dad really soon. It's just a bit tricky right now.
That because you split up?
Was your dad talking to you about this?
No. I just know from when he and my mum broke up.
Let's see, let me say.
Yeah.
I do too. Me, we used to have loads of fun.
Her and dad used to fight all the time. But it's okay now.
Things get better. People make up. And they can even become friends, which is nicer for everybody.
Yeah.
You say that to Junior for me.
I did already.
You did.
I'll tell him to hurry up.
Thanks, Ruth.
Okay, so now we move to the next scene and we move to the bar. Okay, so it's a very, very different context, and we will see this very interesting. And this is the last scene for today. And first, we watch the video again. We watch the scene and try to understand without help, without assistance, and basically we try to understand what is happening. After, I will explain to you the script and the vocabulary. So good luck and try to practice your listening, and it might be difficult, of course. Let's go. I hope the sound is okay and I hope the connection is fine as well.
You actually look good in black. It's hard to believe you and there after Layla. Look at that, she's got the brains. Oh, you got the charm. All the modesty too. Yeah. I hope you're smart enough to know that you're still on trial. Come on, you knocked it out of the park. Carol saw my potential. I'll admit. Yeah, didn't annoy her too much. Keep it up and you'll be doing okay. To change the cake. Take her order. She doesn't listen. Surely that bad. I mean it when I said she was bad. It was up to me. She'd be barred.
What's that loser saying about me?
Sounds alright.
He makes these beer mats seem interesting.
What can I get you?
Seriously? That's all you have to say to me?
Can we not do this here?
Do you want to wait till Sean comes back and we can chat in front of him then?
I'd be useless at what you want me to do. I'd cost you money.
You already have though, right? It's payback time.
No, I can't. Not here.
Would you rather be hanging around street corners?
I don't want to do it at all. End of. Trust me here.
Daddy, we're halfway there. It's not like I'm asking you to flog anything hard. All you're doing is giving people what they want.
That's not the point.
You really don't have a choice. Unless you want to deal with some very scary heads.
Starting to think I'll take my chances.
Really? I'd hate to see Sash and her little girl burned out in her home. These people don't just hurt you. You clear on that? Great. I'll have it ready for your next shift. This is going to work out really well. For both of us.
All good.
Okay, very interesting because it's an important scene, and now I will explain to you the vocabulary from the scene. Okay, so first, obviously, the boy is taking the picture and he says, you know, I actually look good in black. Okay, and it's important the difference in English between actually and currently. There's a very, very big difference and very important difference between the two. Actually means in fact or in reality, and currently means at the moment. Okay, so for example, you are currently working in the bar, you are working in the bar at the moment, but you are actually working in the bar means in fact or in reality, you are working in the bar. Okay, so in this case, I actually look good in black. In reality, in fact, I look good in black. So that's very important. It's hard to believe, it's difficult to believe. That's a very famous expression. I cannot believe, it's hard to believe. You and Dervla. This word is a name in Ireland. It's a girl, a woman's name in Ireland, Dervla. You remember already we have seen the Irish name Niamh, and Dervla is another Irish name, are related. So I cannot believe you and Dervla are family because you act very differently. And the boy says, yeah, she's got, and this means the verb to have. So she has the brains, the intelligence, and I have the charm, the enthusiasm, the charm. And of course, charm is a very important word in English. All the modesty as well. So the noun is, the adjective is modest, and the noun is modesty. So modest is the adjective, and modesty is the noun. Okay, so it's a very important difference between the verb to be modest and to have modesty. Yeah, I hope you are smart enough. Remember, the position of enough is very important in English. Enough is after the adjective, and also enough is before the noun. Okay, so the position is very, very different. And for example, happy enough, enough time. So you need to be careful with the position of enough in English always. So you should be, I hope you're smart enough to know that you continue to be on trial. So they are looking at you, they have not made the decision, you're still in a period of testing. Come on, like listen to me, believe me. Next, we have a very important expression. I knocked it out of the park is a very famous expression, metaphor to baseball. When you play baseball and you hit the ball out of the park, it's fantastic and it is called a home run. A home run obviously is when you do something amazing and it's a big success for your team. And this is the metaphor here because he thinks his performance was very good, so he knocked it out of the park. Knock is like to hit. Okay, it's very similar to hit, to knock. And it represents the ball. And basically he thinks he did a fantastic job. Carol saw, the verb to see in the past is irregular, saw my potential. Yeah, I'll admit, I accept. You didn't annoy her, you didn't bother her, you didn't disturb her, you didn't molest her. In Espanol, you say molestar, disturb or annoy in English. Too much. Keep it up. This means to continue doing what you are doing, continue your behavior, continue your action, and you will be doing okay. Okay, I have to change a keg, and in the bar, a keg is the barrel of beer, the barrel of drink that you need to change in the bar when it's empty. So you have the tap that you pour the drink into the cup, and you have the keg. The keg is like the barrel. Okay, take her order. Mind, she doesn't. So mind means be careful. This means be careful. So mind, she doesn't lift anything, and this is very, very important in informal conversation. The verb is to lift, and this means to steal or to rob. And it's possible to say shoplift is a verb, and this means to steal or to rob something from a shop. And it's very informal, but it's very important, the verb to lift something. So the significance is to rob or to steal. So mind, be careful. She doesn't steal or rob anything. Yeah, is she really that bad? So is she really bad, like you say? I mean it. So I'm serious. I mean it when I say she was. And this I did not catch. For me, this was very difficult. I did not understand this part of the sentence. If it was up to me, so conditional, in theory, if it was my decision, it's up to you, it's your decision. If it was my decision, she would be barred. And to bar somebody means to prohibit from entry. If you bar somebody, you stop the person coming in. And it's very, very important vocabulary. So she is barred, he is barred, they are restricted from entering the place. So if it was my decision, I would stop her coming into the pub. The lady said, what is that loser? And a loser is a derogatory term for a person that you do not like. And she is calling this boy an insult. What is that loser saying about me? Sean is the Irish name. So we have 3 Irish names today: Niamh, Dervla and Sean. And here we have the verb to be. Sean is okay, Sean is all right. And then she disagrees. He makes these beer mats. So a beer mat is the object that you put the drink on to protect the table from the liquid. So that's a beer mat. Seem, appear, interesting. What can I get you? What can I bring you from the bar? Seriously, that's all you have to say to me. And again, to is with the verb to say. I can't do this here. I can't talk about this here. Do you want to wait until Sean comes back and we can chat in front of him then? So very clear with the English, no problem. I would be useless. So useless is no good, no benefit, no, not positive. I would be terrible. I would be useless. And this is the conditional. I would be at what you want me to do. I would cost you money. And again, this means that I would be terrible and you will lose money if I'm doing your job. You have already, and this means you have lost the money already, right? It's payback time, and payback means revenge. When you want to get payback, this is another way to say to get revenge. Okay, so to get payback or to get revenge is the same significance really. I cannot, not here. Would you rather? And this means to prefer. So the significance of rather is very important. There's 3 or 4 different significances of rather. In English, one significance is prefer. So would you prefer? Hanging around, and this means to wait. If you're hanging around, you have nowhere to go. You're spending your time on the street corner. So obviously it's considered not great. I don't want to do it at all. So at all means absolutely not. I don't want to do it at all. End of conversation, end of story. Very typical in conversation as well. They trust me here. This is interesting, the difference between the verb and the noun. So to trust a person, but to have trust in a person. This is very, very important, particularly for the preposition with the verb to have. So you have trust in a person, but the verb is just to trust, no preposition. And then the girl continues, deadly. That's very typical in Dublin, and it means fantastic, amazing, wonderful. For example, the weather is deadly, the weather is amazing, the weather is fantastic. We are halfway there, and this means halfway. So you're not finished, you did not achieve your objective, you're almost on the way, you're in the middle of your objective. Okay, it's not like I'm asking you to flog, and this is very important vocabulary as well. It's informal, and the verb to flog means really to sell, very similar to the verb to sell. To flog something is to sell something, maybe at a discount or a cheap price. So if you try to flog something, you try to sell something at a very cheap price. Okay, so I'm not asking you to sell anything hard in terms of, I think it's illegal activity. So really strong, really illegal activity. All you're doing is giving people what they want. That's not the point. You really don't have a choice unless if you want to deal with some very scary heads. So a head is a synonym for a person, and a scary head is a very terrifying person, somebody you are afraid of because they're very um, intimidating in this situation because they're involved in the illegal activity. So a scary head is a synonym to say a scary person, a really terrifying person. I'm starting to think I'll take my chances, and to take your chances means to take a risk. If you take your chance, you take a risk. Really? I would hate, hypothetical conditional, I would hate to see Sash is the girl and her little daughter, her little baby, burned out is typical, maybe a car. We say a burned out car, and this means the car is completely destroyed because of the fire. And it's the same in a house. The house can be completely destroyed because of a fire as well. These people don't just hurt you. Are we clear on that? On means in relation or about. Are we clear? On has the significance about that. Okay. Great. I'll have it ready. I'll have the products I want you to sell illegally ready for your next shift. Your next shift is your next time in work, because the verb to shift means to move. And also we have a shift in work, and this means your time, the time that you work, your schedule, your timetable. This is it's going to work out, and this means to have a final result, a good final result, really well for both of us. And then the boy enters and he says, everything okay, all good, and that's the end of the chat. So very, very good exercise, full of vocabulary. I hope you understand my explanations, and now it's the opportunity to listen again to the scene with the script, and I think this is very, very interesting. So let's go.
Well, you actually look good in black. It's hard to believe you on there black for Layla. Look at that, she's got the brains. Oh, you got the charm. All the modesty too. Yeah. I hope you're smart enough to know that you're still on trial. Come on, you knocked it in the park. Garrett's only potential, I'll admit. Yeah, didn't annoy her too much. Keep it up and you'll be doing okay. To change the cake. Take her order. She doesn't listen. Surely that bad. I mean it when I said she was bad. It was up to me. She'd be barred.
What's that loser saying about me?
Sean's alright.
He makes these beer mats seem interesting.
What can I get you?
Seriously? That's all you have to say to me?
Can we not do this here?
Do you want to wait till Sean comes back and we can chat over the end then?
I'd be useless at what you want me to do. It costs you money.
You already have though, right? It's payback time.
No, I can't. Not here.
Would you rather be hanging around street corners?
I don't want to do it at all. End of. Trust me here.
Daddy, we're halfway there. It's not like I'm asking you to fob anything hard. All you're doing is giving people what they want.
That's not the point.
You really don't have a choice. Unless you want to deal with some very scary heads.
Starting to think I'll take my chances.
Really? I'd hate to see Sash and her little girl burned out in her home. These people don't just hurt you. You clear on that? Right. I'll have it ready for your next shift. This is going to work out really well for both of us.
All good.
Okay, perfect. So it's a very, very good exercise to practice your listening, specifically for the Irish accent and the Dublin accent here, but it's a mix. I think the girl's accent is more from maybe Wicklow, which is south of Dublin, and the boy is from outside Dublin, maybe from Limerick or Cork, maybe. I would suggest maybe Limerick, and the man, the taller man, is from a Dublin accent. So it's a very good mix of an Irish accent. So very interesting lesson, very interesting activity, lots of important vocabulary, and a great opportunity to practice your listening. So I hope this lesson helped. I hope you enjoy this lesson, And if you have any questions, please put your question in the Facebook chat and I can answer any questions that you have live or later if it's recorded as well. Great, that's everything for today. Very short, 40 minutes, 45 minutes, but really good opportunity to practice your listening. Okay, so that's it. Remember that my schedule is here. So if you want to follow my other classes, tomorrow we return in the morning with grammar at 8:45, and that will be very interesting. Again, we continue with modal verbs. Then we continue to IELTS and speaking. So if you want to practice your speaking, please record your speaking and send the audio or your video to me, and I can correct your speaking during the lesson. That's it. Okay, everything is free, everything is public, but if you want to support me, you can subscribe on my Facebook post. I have all the information. If you want to make a payment to subscribe to me, to support me, you can do it with the bank or with PayPal as well. Or I'm contacting companies to try and look for a sponsor or a company, an educational company or business to support my project, and that will be very interesting as well. In return, I can promote your business during this lesson as well. Okay, and finally, contact on social media. I have Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, and WhatsApp as well, if you want to contact me on social media. Brilliant. So thank you so much. Have a very good Thursday, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow. And again, please put your comment. Maybe you can like the video, share the video, and thank you so much. Have a good day and talk to you soon. Bye bye.